Have you ever set a goal? You know, one of those BOHAGs, those big, hairy, audacious goals. Yeah, the ambitious one, only to fall short. Yeah. Have you ever wondered if there's a different way to approach success? One that perhaps doesn't involve self-criticism or even burnout? Well, in today's episode, we're going to explore a transformative approach to achieving your goals, one that involves kindness and reflection, and perhaps even a little shift in mindset. So, if you're ready to change the way you view success and learn how to be one of your biggest allies, then stay tuned. This episode could be the game changer you've been waiting for.
Welcome to your Success DNA podcast, the go-to resource for entrepreneurs, business owners, and professionals who are ready to level up their lives. Your Success DNA podcast. Get ready to be inspired, motivated, and empowered to create the life that you truly want. We will be sharing tips, tricks, and mindset shifts that you need to achieve your wildest dreams. Remember, your success is in your DNA.
All right, welcome back to another episode of my Success DNA friends and family. As you know, I am your humble host, Tracy Brinkman. And some of you know, others don't, that I have been down the rough and rocky road. Yeah, I have stared back into the abyss of death and loneliness and failure and successfully warded off the monsters that kept me from becoming all that I could be. Now, have I become all that I could be right now? No, but I'm headed down that path of success. And that's why I'm here with you to help stir the motivational embers inside you, as well as provide some tactical steps that you can use starting right now. So, have you ever set a goal that felt like this giant leap, a stretch beyond your comfort zone, only to find yourself, falling a little short? Yeah. And I know every single one of you have probably nodded your head and answered yes, because here's the thing, my friends, you're not alone. Every person, my digital nomads, my entrepreneurs, my dads, my moms, my brothers, my sisters, every business owner has faced this at some point. But here's the catch. The way we respond to these situations can either propel us forward or hold us back. Now, today we're going to dive into how you can be a tad bit kinder to yourself, how you can turn reflection into this powerful tool for success, and why judging yourself harshly is a flippant roadblock to the path to achieving your goals. Now, let me tell you a little story here. Let's imagine an entrepreneur. Let's imagine one of my digital nomad friends, right? Let's call him John. Now, John set a vision, right? Remember you've heard me talk about Vista Vision. If not, go back and listen to the episode about goal setting. It starts off with that Vista Vision where you sit high on that Vista and you look down upon the life that you want, right? A dream that John had was to build a business that would not only bring him some financial success, but also make this positive impact on his community. So he set some ambitious goals. He went out and broke them down, and he worked tirelessly. And yet, there were times when he just fell a little short of the finish line. So what happened? Yeah, you feel me, right? He started doubting himself. He even questioned his abilities. He even considered just giving it up altogether. But then, my friends, he came across a different perspective. Let's call it a new approach to dealing with setbacks. Because, as you've heard me say, it's not failure, it's what? That's right, it's feedback. So instead of becoming overly critical of himself, he learned to reflect on his actions and understand what it is that he could do differently. This slight shift in mindset from self-judgment to self-reflection was a game changer for John, and it not only opened him up and helped him overcome his setbacks, but it also propelled him forward to much greater success than he even planned, right? So here, why would I even take the moment to tell you this story? Well, I think much like John, many of us tend to gaslight ourselves when we don't hit our goals. Gaslighting has become a pretty popular thing in the past few years. It was very popular before that, but I think over the last couple of years, it's really, I don't know, I think someone's fanned the flames of gaslighting, you might say. So I thought it would be apropos to point out the facts that sometimes you gaslight yourself. We make statements like, if I had worked harder, I would have hit the goal. Or, quantum leaps happen to everyone else, but not for me. You see, it's these self-deprecating thoughts that strip away our power to even create change in the first damn place. They set us up for burnout. They teach our subconscious that reaching our goals is either impossible or highly unlikely, or we have to almost give up every single other thing in our life in order to accomplish it. But the truth is, success is about more than just working harder or setting ambitious goals. It's about being efficient and organized and taking the time to rest and rejuvenate yourself. It's about relationships, right? You don't have to learn every single thing that's out there. You can find and build a relationship with someone that knows something about what it is that you need to get done, but don't know how to do. Need to build a website? You can learn how to do it yourself and take the time and try to master it and then finally create your website. Or you can find someone that knows how to do it and either hire them, find a way to barter with them, or engage in a relationship with them where you're trading value, where you give them something of value and they give you their expertise as value, perhaps building your website. Now, let me give you some actionable tips that you can take away from this. I don't want to just give you this woo-hoo, rah stuff. I do want to pump you up. I do like getting you jacked up, getting your heart rate going, getting your mind going, getting your imagination flowing. But I also want to be able to give you some tips that you can walk away from and say, okay, Tracy's got me all jacked up. I'm ready to take on the day and I'm ready to just do everything. But how? Right? So here's 4 tips I want to leave you with. Tip number 1, reflect. Don't judge. When you don't hit a goal, take a moment and reflect on the actions you took and the results you got. What would you have done differently? Because you're probably going to have to try it again, right? Now you have this new set of data. I'm a data guy. I love data. When you do something, you get a result. Here's the thing. If you do nothing, you get a result then too, don't you? Yeah, you do. But when you go out and do something, maybe you get a result you didn't expect. So now you look at it and say, well, now knowing this new set of data, what could I do differently? What steps can you take now to get better results the next time? Remember, reflection focuses on action, outcomes, and circumstances, not who you are as a person. You're the same person you were before you even started this. You're no worse. You're no better. Heck, I would say you are a little bit better because you took some action. You did take some action, right? Yes, you took some action. So that means you probably stepped outside your comfort zone a little bit. Remember, I talk about comfort zones all the time. You don't have to jump wholeheartedly 87 feet out of your comfort zone. You can just step out just a little bit, just right over there, and then come back again. And then step over here out of your comfort zone a little bit, and then come back again. Here's the thing. Each time that you step outside of your comfort zone, it gets a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger, right? And then a month later, 6 months later, a year later, you're looking at your comfort zone going, wow, it's grown so much. All right. Tip number 2, create a supportive mindset, right? Let's catch those negative feelings right out of the gates. We're going to have them. We're human. It happens. It's part of our DNA. Remember, success is in your DNA. But let's catch those negative thoughts and rewrite them. Instead of thinking, I should have worked harder, consider, I worked hard, but perhaps I could have been more efficient. Perhaps I need a system to support my efforts. You see, this little shift in mindset can make a significant difference in your journey towards success, whatever it is you're trying to accomplish. Because if you look at it and say, you know what, I worked really flipping hard. However, I may have been working on the wrong things. You're looking at the results, the data that you got back. It's not failure, it's feedback. You're looking at that feedback and saying, wow, everything was good until right here. Boom. I kept focusing on A, B, and C. I forgot to focus on D, E, and F. And everything was going good. A, B, and C, and then it falls because I was stuck in this pattern. Okay? Now you've got to modify the pattern. Go A, B, C, D, E, F. And then later on, you're going to go A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. You follow me? Okay. Tip number 3, practice some self-compassion. It's so easy to be hard on ourselves. Oh my God, everyone wants to be better, faster, stronger, the whole Superman mantra that comes up. But it's easy to be hard on ourselves, especially when we don't meet our goals, right? It's almost like it's worse when we disappoint ourselves than it is when we disappoint anyone else. Especially us driven digital nomads like you, right? However, my friends, it's important to remember that everyone experiences setbacks. Everyone goes through failures. So instead of berating yourself, let's practice a little self-compassion, shall we? Acknowledge your feelings. Don't hide them. I'm not saying wear them on your sleeve, but acknowledge them. Go ahead, feel them. It's okay. Understand that failure is a part of your journey, and you should treat yourself with a smidgen of kindness that you would offer a friend. There's a song out there, and I can't remember the name of it right now, but there's a song out there that talks about how you would not talk to your friends the way you talk to yourself. That's the gist of the song. So how about we give ourselves the same damn level of kindness that we offer a friend that we see going through something very similar to you're going through right now? This can help reduce stress, increase your motivation, and allow you to continue to pursue your goals without feeling like shit, caca, whatever word you're comfortable hearing. All right. Tip number 4, let's set some realistic goals. Look, here's the thing. I'm not going to use the whole SMART thing, but let's be honest. It's great to aim high. It's awesome to set some unrealistic goals, some stretch goals, as I like to call them. But unrealistic goals can lead to serious disappointment and really push on that self-doubt gas pedal. Let's try setting some SMART goals, right? Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Now, I have a whole goals system, and you can go back and listen to the chart method of goal setting. And if you're unable to find it in the feed for this podcast, you can use whatever app you're using to listen to this podcast and search for The Dark Horse Entrepreneur, which is my other podcast. And then on episode 176, I talk about the iChart method of goal setting. And then I talk about it again in episode 398. And then I go into a little bit more detail about something I call the milieu check. Should you even be chasing this goal in the first place, right? And this particular exercise I send a lot of folks through really helps save them a lot of time. Oh, maybe I'm not ready for this one just yet. It's because sometimes we want a goal so bad, we go after it too soon. I'm not saying you shouldn't go after it. I'm just saying it might not be the right time for it. And those are on episodes 168 and 169 of The Dark Horse Entrepreneur. Again, it took me 2 episodes to go through that. And go check that out. It definitely worth your while here. But here's the thing. By having a SMART set of goals, right? Go through the iChart method. You'll start figuring out which one of those are the right bound for you, right? Whether it's the SMART tactic or you use my iChart method, either one. This will help you create a clear path towards your success. And that's the key there, my friends. It has to be your success, not your mom's, not your dad's, not your spouse's, not your kids, right? Yours. Own it. Right? You want that clear path towards your success, and you want it to make it easier to track your success. And all those processes will send you through that. Because remember, success, my friends, is a journey. It's not a destination. How many times have you heard about somebody that's, I achieved my goal, and it's fun, and they root and rah, and they party and have a good time, and then they're like, wah, 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 right? I won't do it on the button here. They're all like, well, what now? I mean, you think about it, if you go back and read the stories about the astronauts in the 60s, right? They had this huge BOHAG, this big old hairy audacious goal of reaching the moon. And they did it. And they came back and there were ticker tape parades, but they didn't have another goal after that. And many of them had nowhere to go. Well, how do you top that? Right? And a lot of them went into depression and alcoholism and some, if I remember correctly, drugs. So let's celebrate all of our small victories along the way to keep your motivation high. And as you're a couple of steps away from one goal, go back and re-review your eye chart method of goal setting and make sure you've got that next goal lined up to keep that motivation high. Okay? So again, let me wrap this up here. Success isn't just about productivity or just about setting and reaching ambitious goals. It's about being kind to yourself, reflecting on your actions, right? Reflecting on that feedback and creating yourself a supportive mindset as well as a supportive 1-2 crew. And you have to go listen to those episodes to understand what I mean by that. It's about recognizing that you, my friend, are human, and it's okay to stumble, to bumble, to fall, to faceplant, and sometimes just to completely fall short. It's going to happen. It's okay. But what's important is that you pick yourself back up. You dust yourself off, right? And you learn from the experience, and then you keep marching forward. Remember, you're not alone in the journey. We're all going through this. We're all learning. We're all growing. And we're all striving to be better. And for those that aren't striving to better, well, first off, they're not listening to this podcast. So for those of us that are listening to this podcast, let's be kind to ourselves. Let's reflect instead of judge. And let's amplify our success as well as the success of those around us. Okay? All right. Now, if you found any value in this podcast, if you found it insightful, look, I'm not going to tell you to like and tell everybody about it, but here's what I will do is I highly recommend you go check out those episodes that I mentioned about the iChart goal setting process, as well as the milieu check. You're going to want to do both of those. And then maybe check out our last episode, right? We talked about how relationships play an important role in success. In that episode, we explored the profound impact that relationships have on your path to success. So they really feather together really well. Might be a reason why this episode came right after that one. I'm just saying. So whether you're an aspiring digital nomad, entrepreneur, career-driven professional, or just someone that's looking for a little personal growth, you'll discover how to cultivate meaningful connections that can unlock doors you never thought possible. And don't wait. Tune in and start transforming your perspective on success today. And with that, I'm going to leave you as I always do. Think successfully and take action.
Thanks for listening to Your Success DNA podcast. Whether you're starting out or you're a seasoned entrepreneur, we have the tools and inspiration that you need to take your life to the next level. So stay tuned for more game-changing advice in our upcoming episodes. And hey, before you go, a quick reminder to check out our past episodes of Your Success DNA for more inspiring stories and practical advice. And if you've loved what you heard, leave us a review and share this podcast with your friends and colleagues. Let's all level up our lives together, shall we? Remember, your success is in your DNA.